Hi, and welcome to another episode of Starship Gaming. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we make more awesome videos. Now, today we are going to review Putter Golf for the PS1 or the Sony PlayStation. Putter Golf was released in 2001 by AgeTech for the Sony PlayStation, and it was a budget title. You'll come to learn that later in the PS1's lifespan, we're going to say circa mid to late 1999 up through 2003, there were quite a bit of budget titles released for the Sony PlayStation at the end of its lifespan. I consider end of the lifespan for Sony PlayStation 2001 through 2003. 2001 is when the PS1 started losing a lot of its, prominence after the release of the Sony PlayStation 2 in October of 2000 in the United States. And then you just had more and more budget titles coming out throughout 2001, 2002, and there was a ton that came out in 2003. Well, not a ton, but quite a few that I can recall. This was like right at the cusp of, the slow dying process of the PS1, and then, Putter Golf. So what can I say about Putter Golf? Well, it's one of those games. It's golf. What can you say about it? It's plain, simple, and, it's golf. More specifically, mini golf. And honestly, it's not a very good title. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just like most budget titles, they were rushed into production just for, some quick cash. And they usually retailed around $19.99 or $29.99 when they reach stores. Two stores that were really I guess you could say infamous about carrying budget titles. Toys R Us, for one, and Walmart, definitely Walmart, and occasionally Kmart. I didn't really see a whole lot of budget titles at Kmart. It's just something that I never did find. I guess it might have just been my local Kmart or, and we can't forget KB Toys. They would occasionally turn up there, but, I didn't really go to KB Toys for very many games. There was one in my, near the next town over from mine, in the mall, but they just didn't really, they carried more of the big name stuff like Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Spyro, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, stuff like that. Not really any budget titles there. It was pretty well established stuff, as well as licensed games like, for example, for the longest time, up until like even 2004 or even 2005, my local KB Toys had like a crap ton of copies of Disney's Dinosaur for the PS1, and I think they had a few for Dreamcast too, to be honest. But back to Putter Golf. Sorry for going off on that little tangent there. Putter Golf has very poor controls for a mini golf game. The graphics are, honestly, they're kind of terrible. Even for, by PS1 standards, they're not very good. You can tell that this whole game was rushed. It would have been better if it was just released as a PC game. It feels like one of those cheap PC games that you go on the internet and you download and they're free. It basically feels like that. Of course, with budget titles, the thing is, you have to make your packaging attractive to people who are going to buy it, mainly your target audience, which is kids. And kids are like, oh, I like mini golf, I'm going to buy that. It's only $19.99. Can I have $20, Dad? Yes, son, don't forget tax. Thanks, Dad. Probably not exactly that scenario, but you get the gist of it. Honestly, whoever made this game should be very ashamed of themselves. I don't know how they sleep at night. And this isn't going to be the only budget title that I say a very similar thing about. I actually have a few more in store that are just waiting to be talked about. I actually may talk about them very soon. So if I had to give this a score between 1 and 10, or I'm sorry, 1 and 5. 1 and 5, that's the scale we're using. I forgot. Sorry. Scale between 1 and 5. I would give this one a 1. 1 being the worst. This game is literally garbage. It is just, it's not enjoyable. Yeah, that may be a bit harsh, especially discussing an older game. But even by older standards, nobody would have played this game. I know I wouldn't have even enjoyed this game if I bought it when it first came out. I actually had to I asked around to see if other people actually grew up playing this game. The closest thing I found was a friend who claims that he bought a copy of it from a Big Lots for like $9.99 back in 2002, and said that he didn't even like it then. He said he played it twice and then he sat it down, and then it probably got sold in a yard sale for $1 years later. And in case you're wondering, yeah, I got a copy in my collection. I'm not proud of it, but I'm a completionist when it comes to collecting PS1 games, so gotta have some shelf fillers there. So we're going to continue reviewing more. I guess we could call this our summer series, because lately we've been doing reviews on golf games and fishing games, but I got a few more planned, and we're gonna talk about them. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I think I might throw some baseball in there too somewhere. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope so, because putter golf. I about called it butter golf. Putter golf. Putter golf is just, it's a terrible game. I don't know how, the Angry Video Game Nerd, I don't know how he's missed this one if he hasn't talked about it, because he, it's that level of frustration, and it's just not an enjoyable game. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we make more awesome videos. And until next time, I will see ya.